Dukes of Weebdom, episode 95. Welcome in, welcome back. What's up? What's good?
Nothing much.
Nothing much.
Nothing different, at least.
No?
No.
Still playing your Path of Exile, still playing Marvel Rivals in between.
Yep.
And that's about it.
Sprinkle of Age of Empires here, and I played some more TCG Card Shop Simulator today.
Nice.
Yes, they did a collaboration with the people that make sleeves to have some of their branded sleeves in his game now, and like other them branded products.
Good for him, because it's a brand deal, so I'm sure he's making money off that.
I sure hope so. He deserves
Me too.
it.
I wish listed. I didn't purchase. I wish listed that Me-Side game.
Nice. Which also helps them. I hear constantly, it's like, from my favorite reviewer, that he's always like, make sure to wish list it. They care about those things. Like, to just every indie game that he, like, puts on the radar.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. I mean, it makes sense, though, because if you're wishlisting an item, it shows of your interest in it.
Yeah,
so
helps
it
their
spreads
metrics.
awareness. Yeah, it will helps metrics. And it's probably like liking a video almost on YouTube. It helps the algorithm.
That's the kind of vibe I
push
get.
it to other people, I would assume.
That guy's so devoted, still constantly putting out updates. Still has the roadmap right on, like, the opening main menu.
What kind of roadmap do you have for a card shop
It's
simulator?
all simple stuff like tournament organizing, more TCG types, playable TCG, more tables, I think is literally one of them.
Add in a competition store.
And the other side, I know the very last one is hard mode.
Huh. You hard mode it too.
I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, harder profit margins? They're
Well,
going to make
is
me
it-
go to the bank and get more cash?
Is it possible to fail the game as in bankrupt your store?
There are bills, but I've never risked not paying my bills. Just in case there is a fail state. It doesn't seem like it, but again, I'm not willing to risk getting too close to that line.
Especially at this point. I mean, maybe if it's a new game and you're just starting out, you're like 2 hours in, you're like, let's find out what happens.
I'm going to default on my loans. Because you got to pay for your utilities, rent, and then any employees you have.
No overhead on buying stock?
No buybacks either. I know, shocking.
Well then. Maybe that's where hard mode comes in.
I was thinking they could add a bank and make you actually have to go get cash for your registers.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of hard mode. Just be like, okay, you need to buy the material and then resell it. So you need cash flow.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're just spending all your money and then you have nothing waiting for it to sell, then you can't buy new stuff. You know what I mean? So
I think another thing they could do, too, is make it so, like, every customer that comes in your store is smelly. Instead of, like, 1 in 3.
hey, if it's anything like the business management game in fucking Yakuza, I'd fucking crush at it.
You would. In fact, your liking of that makes me think you would like a wide range of management games. That and your like of RTS, as we were just talking about.
I don't understand what it was about that game because I wanted it because listen, you hide a cute girl for my party in that event. I don't care what it is, I'm doing it to get the cute girl. But then I got the girl for the party and I could have stopped. But she's like midway through it and I'm like, well, might as well go the rest of the way, and I maxed it out.
Destroyed it.
Yeah, completely maxed. There's nothing else for me to do on that minigame front. I got the trophy totem for it and everything.
I feel like there's a whole world of management in sim games that are secretly up your alley.
Yeah, this is an untapped resource with my name on it.
There's one I really loved where you're trying to survive in like a brutal winter, and there's a giant like a heat engine in the middle of the city, and you have to build everything out around it so that everyone has heat sources, light sources, and stuff. It could survive the oncoming winter. Really good game. You have to make like hard political choices. Like at one point, it's like, oh, your workforce is pretty low. Do you want to put forward a law to either put your children in like mentoring positions with like smart people or put them in your workforce?
Depends on how bad you're hurting. Because it's like putting them in the workforce is an immediate fix, but having a mentor is a long-term fix.
Yeah, so the more moral choice at least. Because they can get injured, like, at work, too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because if you put them in the mentorship, they're going to learn that potentially help you solve the problem down the line. But then if you put them in the workforce, they'll stunt their growth, and then the problem continues.
And possibly just kill them.
Yeah.
I always put my fist down every single time I played that game. I've never put them in the workforce, but I've also never beaten the story of that game. And there's a bunch of like alternate scenarios you can do too, but I'm like, I'm not touching those till I beat the regular mode. Just for my friend's dad to come over one day, and we were just chilling. He's like, "Have you ever played Frostpunk?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love that game." He's like, "Oh yeah, I just beat that game." I'm like, "What?" Excuse me? Yeah, it was super easy. What?
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
It's hilarious. No, because we were talking about Age of Empires-like games.
Such a big part of my childhood. Well, big part. It's such a memorable part of my childhood.
Yeah, same. It's hard to find games in that genre like it, though, that are good.
It's like Blizzard had their huge run with Warcraft and StarCraft, and then the whole genre died.
I've never played either of those.
I haven't played either of them either, but those are like the big ones. Even StarCraft right now, there's still like tournaments for StarCraft.
Because I wanted one on my phone. And I've searched everything for it, and I can't find a decent mobile one of anything. There's a mobile Age of Empires, but it sucks.
Yeah. Their ads have been playing so much lately that the moment you even said that, I'm looking for one on my phone. Age of Empires is a new mobile game from the classic people that made Age of Empire.
It's not old. It's not new, because I downloaded that like a year and a half ago, and I was like, I played a little bit of it. I'm like, this fucking blows.
It looks like it blows, and their advertising is awful. I want to slap all of their actors that they have as fake influencers.
Gross.
I've been playing the classic game Age of Empires, a reimagining of that classic game. Like, their script is that bad.
Like, you can't put any kind of effort in it. I mean, what are they paying you? $15 for this?
They use the same adjective, 2 sentences that are like, it's I want to punch my phone every time it comes up. But you'd think it'd be so easy to translate that gameplay over to mobile too. Because the problem, one of the things that killed RTS in my opinion was consoles' popularity. And they handle like shit on console. Because you can't just highlight a portion of people. You'd have to drag your joystick over, hold X, pull the joystick to drag and drop. And that just feels awful. But on mobile, that should be so easy.
It should be.
It should be tailor-made. I click my house, produce troops, highlight all my troops, scroll over, click where they're going to go. Like, it should work, but I don't know. I feel like the mobile developers just have no faith in people. That they'll just keep making Clash of Clans likes instead.
I used to play Clash of Clans.
It's not shade at like Clash of Clans, but that's clearly they've settled on doing that instead of making a real RTS.
I capped out on it as a free player.
Ah.
Meaning I got as far as a free player can get.
That's why I was like, that doesn't sound very monetizable as capping out. That sounds like an end.
So there were caps, like I could see an end to it, because there was a specific level that you could get to for your fort and everything, and then there'd be an update that'd give you the next level.
Yeah.
So everyone that was buying gems and stuff, but like, I got to the point, because you'd get invaded like once or twice every day, and you're not on your phone at all times. So I was losing more gold and resources to invasions than I was gaining each day at that point, because the most expensive thing in that game to rank up was your walls, because you got like 200.
It's also the first thing that would fall apart, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, because that's your biggest defense, because you put the wall there, the enemy units have to attack the wall while they're getting bombarded by your cannons and fucking your towers or whatever other else stuff you had as defense. But the enemy units would just fucking crush my ship because my walls weren't high enough length, because it's like you got like 300 wall pieces and each one has to be leveled up individually.
Ugh.
And they were astronomically high priced to level up one piece. So it's just impossible.
It's just not fun sounding either. Like, the fun really drains out by then.
Yeah, so I was just like... And then I would try and invade other people, and I would never win the invasion.
Yeah.
So I just...
Because they were paying to level up all their walls.
Yeah, and it's just like... Alright, I think it's time for me to stop this game. No more.
I'm done. Because that's actually what was holding me back leveling in PoE. Because... you saying you're losing more gold than you were making, that was me with my goddamn experience bar for like a week or two there. Because when you die...
2 or 1?
2.
Oh.
Because after a certain point, I want to say either after you beat the campaign or after level 70, whichever happens first, whenever you die, you lose 15% of your current XP bar. So just for like that level, like you won't go back a level, you won't go into debt. But wherever you are, you lose 15% of what you got when you die. So I was 73 all of last week and probably the week before that too.
Brutal.
Yeah, I just got to 74 yesterday. And then as I got to like 1 pip of my experience bar, I died again. I was like, God, thank God I got that fucking 74, damn it.
That's savage.
It's fucking brutal. I'm really hoping they at least like lighten it up. I understand having a penalty there to keep people from just slamming their head through and progressing that way, which is not fun. But God, 15% feels pretty fucking rough, man.
Does Path of Exile has a hardcore mode too?
Yes. Which I will be going nowhere near with my like probably over 300 deaths on this character now.
Ouch, kabibbles.
Ouch, kabibbles indeed. That won't ever be me. It's tempting, but I don't like lighting my time on fire.
Yeah, no thanks.
I'll do that for a roguelite, where like beating the game takes you maybe 30 minutes if you have a really good run, rather than 40 hours and it needs to be a good run.
It needs to be a perfect run.
Perfect run.
Yeah. A little off topic, but just kind of back to what we started the conversation with, because you say you're basically only playing Marvel Rivals and Path of Exile right now. But one of my old raid members, I'm friends with him on PlayStation, and when you open up, it tells you like recent activity of your friends. He just got the platinum for Marvel Rivals.
Jesus.
5 days ago.
Part of me want to download Marvel Rivals on console just to try to get like the platinum for it too.
I don't know what the trophies are, but...
Oh, me neither. Well, I should just look at Steam, because Steam has achievements too. I should just look through them on there. So I don't value my Steam achievements, but I still value my trophy score. God damn it.
Yeah. But no, I just started... Because I did try and look, but I don't have the game, so I clicked on it, and it brought it up to, like, compare trophies. It showed mine had all, like, none, and he had the ones. But I'd click on the trophy and bring it up, but it wouldn't describe what the achievement was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh. Because I kind of wanted to look through it, just like, are any of these difficult? Like, you were, like, if it's, like, specific things you have to do with characters, like
I was saying with Overwatch.
Yeah, with, shotgun dude.
Reaper. My baby.
Kill, 3 people at the same clip.
With the same clip and solo kills, so those people can have to be untouched by anyone else on your team. If a bullet so much as grazes them from someone else's magazine, that's whoop, right out the window.
Yeah.
But what you saw he had the platinum. You said, oh shit, that must be a good game. I'm going to download that game.
That's not what happened, no.
Damn.
I instead clicked one tab over, like one slot of my main screen over, and clicked that Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Nice.
Booted that bitch back up. That's all I've been playing all week since Friday. Let me tell you, it's a great game.
There's like one moment after I bought Age of Empires 2, I was like, I still have time to refund it and maybe get Dynasty Warriors instead. But I was like, no, nostalgia.
Didn't you pre-order Dinosaurs? So shouldn't you have it?
No, I didn't pre-order it.
For sure you. I thought you said you did.
I very specifically said I wasn't going to.
Well, maybe because you played the demo, but your name is there when it says friends who own.
I sent it to you too before you pre-ordered it.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
too. Like,
isn't that weird?
it is weird.
It's kind of sketchy, even. Dare I say?
But yeah, no, I do own it though, and I have been playing it, so it's good.
Good.
Towards the end of the second chapter, or chapter three, the just when you start to actually get involved with the three kingdoms instead of Yuan Shou and fucking
Loser
Yellow
Squad.
Turbans and fucking Dong Zhuo and all them. But it tells you right on it that you're going to be forced to choose one.
Good. I'm glad there's a choice.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously,
Shu.
I chose Shu. Wu.
Yes!
I chose Wu.
Critical hit.
Yes. It did make me feel sad, I won't lie, because a lot of the game is early game, you're focused with Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei.
Because they're like the protagonists of this, even though they don't win and they die. They're still like the protagonists. Just because they took that oath of brothership like really early into the war, it just makes them feel like the protagonists.
They making Cao Cao look very warm and friendly at the beginning until his the part that enters where you have the three, because there's a bar at the top on the side that their quest numbers that you do for them to rank up to the point where it's like, okay, now choose a person. And once you get to that point, then Cao Cao starts being like Cao Cao. He's like, yes.
Do you only get weapons from your own faction, or do you get weapons from like the other factions that
Do you want me
didn't
to
choose?
tell you all the weapons? I have all of them.
Not all of them, unless there's that little.
There's 7 or 8 weapons.
Ooh, that actually does hurt my soul a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there's a sword that you know. Then there's the what do they call it?
Naginata?
No, yeah, it's not called that, but whatever.
I was like Guan Yu's.
The Guan Yu's weapon. Then there's the Shahudun's sword, the Padao or whatever. It's all about heavy charge attacks. Pretty dope. The rings. There's a spear and a lance. The lance is I just don't like it at all. There's gauntlets, so it's like basically fists. And then there's a staff, which is fucking amazing.
Oh, I bet.
The staff is lit. And then Shang Liao's dual axes. I was so hyped because I saw him, I met him, and I'm like, yeah, Shang Liao. What's up, bro? I love you. Give me your weapons. But when you meet him, it's in a cutscene, so he doesn't have his weapons.
Yeah.
Because anyone that you see and they have weapons, it's like, we're going to get that in the game. I'm going to get to use that because that's how it's been for everybody.
Yeah.
Even, because everyone has their own unique weapon in Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Some of the people that change, so it's like they're just...
One of the playable ones.
Because, when Sun Tse comes into the thing, I'm like, am I going to get Tonfas? And he rolls up with gauntlets. So it's like, fuck! And then I feel like I'm forgetting a weapon. There's the sword, spear, lance, greatsword, rings, Guan Yu, Naginata, gauntlets, dual axes. I think that's it. There's maybe one other or I'm forgetting to mention something, but that seems to be it.
So there's 4 iconic missing things, to my opinion. Firstly, a bow, because one of them should be a ranged weapon, besides the chakrams.
You, on those bravery abilities,
Yeah.
so each weapon has their own, but then you also unlock ones that are like you-based, you know what I mean? So that you could put on any weapon.
Yeah.
And there are some abilities.
There should still be a bow. Or the throwing knives from the old one, but I think bow would be...
There's enemies that use throwing knives and a fan.
That was the second one I was going to say. Where are my feather fans? You give me the staff. I get a spear, a lance, and Guan Yu's weapon, but you give me one magic weapon. Where's my fan? Next up. Fuck his name. The katana.
Jotai.
You should have the Jotai katana.
Who is absent in the game.
That's frustrating.
You know who else isn't in it that I've been waiting? But I chose Wu, and I've done 2 missions since I've chosen to side with Wu. That's how far in I am. And as you go, you see more people in it, each faction, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You only started with the Zhang Fei, Guan Yu, and Liu Bei, but now you got, like, Zhou Yun's there with them. You had,
Zhuge Liang.
Zhuge Liang's there, and, like, more people added in. No Ma Chao, though. Like, fuck.
That's heart-wrenching.
But Lu Zhen is also not there from Wu.
That oh my god.
So no Lu Zhen or Zhoutai. But they have Deng Ai and Ga Ning. But Ga Ning isn't somebody that so far I've been able to fight
I would
with.
also hold out with maybe Lu Zhen comes a little later. No, he's their like main strategist for Wu, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's also super young.
He's very young.
So he might, because like...
So I was thinking Pang Tong might come later for Wu.
Pang Tong's in it, but
he's
like, he plays a different role in like the story. He's like...
That's fine, he's there.
Yeah.
He exists.
But like, with Wei, all the main people there, Deng Ai's there, Xiahou Dun, Xiahou Yuan, Cao Cao.
Zhang He? He was the gay one.
Yeah, I've met him, Zhang Han, and then like Zhen Yu. It's like Wei seems to have way more people that are just like there. I actually haven't seen. I don't think I've seen Semi. Maybe I have, but I don't know. But because it shows you in the list of like how many people you can interact with, and because everyone you can talk to and raise bond levels with them. I still have 6 people at the bottom that I haven't met yet.
There's a 4th missing weapon type here.
Oh.
Should be very obvious.
Lubus.
Yes.
Fucking, yeah.
Where's fucking Lubus?
Yeah. See, I'm confident that I had, because like this. I don't think you looking up the weapon list to see, because there might be like a hidden weapon that I just don't know. I've had Lu Bu a few times come up, and he's just impossible to fight. He's just like right now. They make him no Lu Bu staff. Spear.
Maybe Lu Bu. Sword, spear, gauntlets, wheels.
Yep.
Padao.
Yep. That's Xiahou Dun's.
Staff.
Yep, that's the staff.
Twin pikes. Lance.
Yep.
Crescent blade, which I'm assuming is Guan Yu's.
Yep.
Halberd.
There
you go.
That's Lu Bu's. That's Lu Bu's, yep.
I'm a tiny bit disappointed with that spread. I knew they'd have to condense, and I've been asking for them to condense because they're began real fucking stupid with the boat.
Yeah, well, see...
But I would hope a little bit more. Just a few more.
I think, personally, I would like if they went back to like Dynasty Warriors 4 cast and then condensed that a little bit. Got rid of like the fluff that you don't need. Like... I don't give a fuck. Who wants to play as Dong Shuo? Or any of the cast in the other tab, other than maybe Lu Bu and Daojian?
Meng Huo and Zhu Rong.
Okay, you got me that.
I did.
But then, like...
I agree with you, but also that.
Zhuge Liang...
I played some Yellow Turban in my day.
I didn't.
I played some Zhang Jiao, Because he had some lit moves in some of those games. It's easy to make stuff for staff characters, though.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I agree with you.
Oh, and my boy Tai Chi is not there either.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking there's no mace type.
Yeah.
Whether it be Huang Gai's single mace, dual mace for Tai Chi, or Zhu Shu's giant mace, the fat guy. No claws. It's just that there's some really
this
easy
is why
ones.
This is why I'd be like...
I got 4 pole arms, and 1 sword.
Yeah.
That's
3 pole arm. Well,
4,
yeah,
including the halberd.
Yeah.
The crescent blade, staff, spear,
But
halberd.
halberd does not play like the other.
No,
pole
no.
arm stuff. But Lance is trash.
Oh, I didn't even say Lance, though. But yeah.
All of its triangles is just a charge move that you just hold it there and you absorb damage and you have to be attacked and then you do a counter attack.
Yeah.
It's not my play style at all. And even gauntlets is just not for me. I just don't like them that much, but all of the other weapons are amazing.
Just hurts me a little bit. One of those could have been nunchucks. Ling Tong style.
Tonfas.
Tonfas.
A katana.
Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's a bit of a return to form still. I knew there'd be condensing.
Because, I get it. You don't want to have to balance a game around fucking 90,000 characters. And then each one of them have to have their own moveset. Even so you got 6 different spear dudes. Yeah, Zhou Yun, Xiao Yun, Zhou Yu, Ma Chao, fucking all these different other spear
There's
dudes.
even more, because there's my favorite, the Trident guy from fucking Shu. Oh, I forgot his name at this point.
But then, all of them need, each combo is different for all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ma Chao's he's
I don't need
he's
them
the
all to have
best.
different combos. I just need
He's the best shoe guy.
more than 9. More than 10 weapons.
Well, it's their first of this style of game, so
So get ready for 10 more.
hopefully not.
Origins Empires. Origins Extreme Legends.
Probably. Known W Force. But, the characters are somewhat still there, but not really, because you have their weapons. So you have 10 characters that you can play as.
Yeah,
You
so
have
the guests mean even
Yeah.
less now because they have the same weapons that you can get.
Mm-hmm. And all of their moves are the same. And all the Musaos, they're just you do one slash, and then it does this close up on your face where you're charging. It does just one heavy swing, and then people go flying. That's all Musaos.
That's one of the things the newer games did get right, is making the Musaos better. Because I do remember Dynasty Warriors 4, where you go to hit your Musao, and you're just doing one move 15 times. Spin.
I hate that I fucking go to use it accidentally so many times because I try and use circle as a recovery for whatever reason, and it's just not.
One game just gave you that muscle memory for some reason.
And sometimes you'll just miss the officer. You got to use the fucking Musao, and the officer just is over there, and for some reason you turn, because it's not, it doesn't lock on like other moves.
Yeah.
It's whatever way you're facing, that's the way your dude does it. And so you might turn your camera accident and just I just miss. But all of the actions with the force that you have with you. And there's missions around to get more dudes. So I have 20 dudes that follow me.
One of my favorite parts, speaking of RTSs, was the actions you could do to order the soldiers around you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, those are
Yeah, because you get your own team. So as it grows, so they'll follow me anywhere I go.
That reminds me of 4, back when you get 10 bodyguards.
Yeah, I got 23 right now.
Yeah.
I got my own fucking squad.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, and each time I do a quest that adds 2 to the number, it unlocks a new ability for that thing. So some of them are just upgrades to the other one. So I had the charge, the arrows.
Improved arrows. Oh,
Yeah,
arrows
so
are
just
good.
fire
the charge
arrows
was
now.
so good.
And now the charge that I have, I kept that charge and added the second charge because the normal charge is 120-second cooldown, but I have a 480-second. It's a cavalry charge.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, 480 seconds? I mean, I'm going to use it like maybe twice in a match. Not even. Because you start the game with that at 0 seconds. You don't start the match with that full and then it...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It starts off cooldown and on cooldown. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But,
I think I'll still end up getting it eventually just because the quality upgrade. Just want to reward them for innovating. I think that's very important. You can't bitch about someone not innovating and then not reward it.
Yeah. I do miss playing as my favorite characters, though.
I wish the main character was customizable if they were going to go this route. I think that would helped a lot, especially since we know they can do character customization.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite parts of like the ones that I liked the most.
That's whereas 4 had it.
Yeah,
Customized.
4 even had it.
You had custom characters in that where you could choose your own weapons and skill moves.
And then all of the Empire's games had it, because I know because I played most of the Empire ones.
But, yeah, no, it's good. I'm hoping that, I just want to be able to see the characters again.
To see double the weapons. Straight up.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I said we had 1 sword earlier. That was a lie. 2 swords. I can't forget Shahudoon's sword. 2 swords still being a disgrace, though. Give me a fucking katana. This is a Japanese game. Where's my goddamn katana?
Well, yeah, it's a Japanese game about China.
Yes, but it's still a Japanese game. Give me a katana. Don't miff Jotai like that.
Yeah.
I want a katana and I want like a Ganing's playstyle sword.
Oh yeah, the sickle
where you're
chain.
a little bit more.
He's
kinda
in
like-
it, and he looks like way more Native American than he ever has before.
I feel like that kind of character looks the same in every fucking game they're in. Ganing, there's a guy just like that in Soul Calibur, who has a sword just like that, who's a little bouncy too and whippy with it. And then there's another one. The Tekken guy who does Taekwondo is also just like that. Just in my head.
The same.
They're all like the same character in my brain.
Gunning looks like just like straight Native American in this in Origins. Let me see if I can pull him up.
This guy. He reminds me of fucking Gunning already.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
literally.
They made everyone so like
Oh, here's
handsome.
all the evolution of Gunning right there in one picture.
They made everyone so like weirdly handsome.
Yeah, they did. Like literally everyone.
Let's see if I can find the Tekken guy I'm thinking of too. And then and then Huarang.
Yeah,
These are all the same picture.
Those are the same dudes. All 3 of them. This is one dude out there doing the same character design in different games no one's noticed before. It's like, I just keep repeating the same work, but they keep hiring me.
You say this character hops in place a little bit. I have just the look.
Just the guy for you.
I hate to tell you that Pirate Goro Majima game comes out like the same week as Monster Hunter.
The Pirate Yakuza game?
Yeah.
Hey, that's good news. Because that means whenever I finish a lot of stuff...
That means
I'm ready
6
to go.
months from now I'm going to be...
Yeah. Because I expected it to come... I thought it was still in development. Like, I had a year or so
No.
for this game come out.
Got like a month.
No. I'm cool with that.
I'll probably be playing both parallel because I plan to pre-order the Pirate Yakuza game for my partner.
I've already pre-ordered Monster Hunter, but there was no surprise there.
No, it's not. I'll just be buying it the day of.
I don't know why they're doing it, but this is another like beta test for Monster Hunter the second week of February, like February 7th or 8th.
I guess, if I had to guess, that was probably for server infrastructure, maybe?
So everything
Or hype.
You know,
Probably.
there was everything that was in the first beta with adding Gypseros.
I may or may not poke my head in.
I think that they are...
I probably won't. I kind of want that surprise of, like, logging in day one.
They oversharing, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, our buddy doesn't care, and I'm like, but I do. I like going in, and then, like, they're like, oh, go hunt this monster. I'm like, oh, shit.
You go out to the wild that first time.
Or, yeah. Like...
Even feeling the difference of how something handles for the first time compared to the game before.
Like, which was so hype with Monster Hunter Rise, the last game that just... the newest Monster Hunter that you can play right now.
Yeah.
They had their expansion Sunbreak for it, which added G rank, and I was playing that, and in the middle of my like second hunt, they didn't tell us every monster was coming in the G rank.
Yeah.
They told us a lot though, and I think on my second or third hunt, I'm in there, and Basilgeuse comes flying out of the sky and smashes right into my face, and I'm like, holy shit, fucking Basilgeuse is brought back into this game. This is awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I want that.
Even Borderlands 3, a game I hated, I had those kinds of moments in. There'll be like one mission where you go to the planet Atlas Corporation came from, or one mission where you go to another lore place and you land and it's like, and you could take in that feeling. And that was a shitty game. Like,
now, obviously, there's going to be certain monsters ahead. Like, the formula we know is the same in every Monster Hunter. In, like, the Arcvel, which is the flagship, he's not going to be the final boss. There's going to be some large monster hidden at the very end.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's one scene.
It's not just the monsters. It's the vibe. It's the everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to even see, like, the home base for the first time, because I know they're going to do a beautiful panning shot of all the different corners of the home base when I get there.
Oh, yeah, that's in the beta.
Exactly. That's
straight up. Man.
That's what I mean. So I think I won't poke my head in, because I kind of want that new car smell.
Well, the one thing is they've only shown 3 zones, or I've only seen 3 zones, which is good. And we know there's at least 4, maybe a 5th smaller zone after that. So they keep one hidden. You know what's also strange that they're keeping, like, super secret, and they even said that they're not going to give any information about, is Rathalos.
That's weird.
That is weird. And they're like, what zone is Rathalos in? Or what's this? And they're all like, that's something that we want the players to experience in game. Because I think that there's something...
Based? Because if someone was at, like, a fucking panel, and I'm the developer, and so it goes, and I point to them, yes, you, sir. What zone is Rathalos going to be in? I might slap the mic out of their hand. What the fuck kind of question is that?
Yeah.
Who brings that question to a Q&A? I'm glad they said that.
It was an article interview.
I hope nothing's changed and that guy was just offended by that fucking question. Are we going to be here all day? Are you going to ask me what zone this monster's in, and then you're going to ask me what zone this monster's in? It's... Ooh, I don't like that kind of fan. Yeah. Ooh.
I was like, Because same thing with Rathian. We know very little about Rathian, but we know... for a fact, both of those, they've been in everything Monster Hunter ever, those 2 are in it. So, and we've seen Rathian quickly in a quick shot, and Rathalos was the first Wilds trailer, was the only monster in the first Wilds trailer. So we obviously know Rathalos is in it, but...
Sorry, I'm so flabbergasted. Cool. If I turned around and said, the woods, are you going to cream in your pants? Like...
Yeah.
They're always in the place with trees... and possibly somewhere else, too. People just ran out of questions to ask. Like, what the f***? I'm offended. There's a billion questions you can ask. You actually get called on, and the thing out of your mouth is, what zone is this monster in? Ugh.
But, like, they've already, I
think... The fans are the problem. That's why they overshare. When fans are asking what area in the game that's not out yet is this monster.
He's going to be in everything. It's Rathalos.
It's literally... I fought a Rathian in the desert. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Oh.
But I saw a video. They're like all 30 monsters in wild, confirmed monsters in Monster Hunter Wilds. And I'm like, It's probably only going to be like 45 in the base game. Somewhere around there. Maybe even just 40. So I'm like, I mean, this is only like 10. And you know subspecies is going to be some of them. So it's just, Azure Rathalos Pink Rathian maybe. Or like...
Sorry, I'd swipe away from Oracle like that. It's like, get the fuck out of my face.
Or like, it was a YouTube video. But...
Get the fuck out of my face.
Or like, some of these new monsters that they have in there. I don't really know many of the names, but like you've seen them. Just like any new monster you see, there might be some kind of subspecies of that thing in there. We also only know 2 Apex, the new Apex thing. Like Raydal is the Apex monster of the sand desert place, and then Arkduna is of the flooded forest. But we don't know the new lava area. We don't know that Apex monster. We don't know the fourth zone. So there's still some monsters. Like, keep the big monsters. Like, we know all the small monsters, or quote unquote small monsters, medium monsters that are in the game. So
any ones we don't would fly right by anyways, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm still hyped for it. It's like it can't come soon enough. What's the what's today's date? 22nd. So
about a month.
A month and a week.
And then I looked this up earlier, but might as well check again. I don't have the tab anymore.
I am gonna have to delete some games.
February 20th for Pirate Yakuza.
Oh, so I'll be able to play it for like a week. I probably shouldn't, because like I was just saying though.
Because you could possibly get a sale if you just wait till you're done with Monster Hunter.
Yeah, or, the fact that I don't know when I'm deleting yet to download Monster Hunter.
Fair. You'll find something, though.
I mean, I still have the Monster Hunter demo on there, because...
Well, there's one thing.
But this, 15 gigabytes.
Still.
And then... I don't know, I mean, Dynasty Warriors isn't really... I mean, I made a separate save file right before I made a choice, so if I wanted to, I could load that save and choose Shu or choose Wei instead and go that route. But 7 weapon types. The immediate replayability is not really there. You know what I mean?
That's the thing you can give about 50 fucking characters, is that it made it very replayable.
You know what I've seen? Because there's a world map that you walk around on, and they do it old RPG style, where you're a giant walking on the...
Oh, oh wow,
like Final Fantasy, old Final Fantasies. Yeah. Pretty cool. I like it. But so you're taller than all the castles and shit too.
Yeah.
But I've seen Chibi. It's a place. It's named, and it's somewhere that you can walk by. And I'm like, please, I haven't yet, but please,
let me in,
please. For the love of God, I need it.
There's still no better chibi than Dynasty Warriors 4 chibi.
Facts.
Unless
Origins has it and they do fire.
I doubt it, but
same.
We'll see. I hope.
We'll see. You know what they need to do in Dynasty Warriors? Defense missions too. Because they have some where it's like I'm just holding a point and waves of officers come to me. But there's castles and shit that you got to siege in this game, and you got to wait for a ram to get up, and your ram has health.
Yeah, why aren't you on the other side of that kind of situation?
Exactly.
And that's what I meant with my biggest gripe with Dynasty Warriors is the scenarios got really shitty and generic. Because you would have missions like that back in the day.
Some, even in Origins, I've noticed that most of them are just, you load in, it's like, go kill everything.
Yeah. I feel like that's the biggest missing piece.
And don't let your dude die.
Because in 4, I really had to care about every single objective that happened. Like, Chibi is different if you don't call the wind to help with the flames, or...
Those flames can get out of hand, too.
It's true.
Fuck you up. But, yeah, I mean, Monster Hunter will be here soon. Soon enough. Not soon enough, but...
I'm fucking loaded on games. I'll be happy if nothing else I care about releases this year. Because I just have so many fucking games. Which won't be true because Slay the Spire 2 should be coming someday this year.
Well, we're going to get a small reprieve. Because, like, April, May, June, those aren't, like, big game release times. But then June rolls around and it's like, here's 25,000 games that are coming out in, like...
Between now and the holidays.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just hoping they all are indie ones. I hope nothing AA or higher gets announced that I give a shit about.
Well, based on everything we've been saying, you want a bunch of AAA games to be announced because those are the games you don't give a shit about anymore, and all the indie games are the ones we give a shit about.
Fair.
All the biggest games recently have been fucking indie games.
As much as my time is swamped, though, if Silksong gets announced someday, I'm not shooing that one away.
Well, that's not a AAA game, right?
No. So. That's what I mean. Like, as much as I'm swamped, I'll take There's like 2 indie games that I will drop everything to play if they come out. And it's Slay the Spire 2 and Silksong.
Have you beat the first Silksong?
Oh, Hollow Knight? Not the true final boss, but the regular final boss.
And you just beat Slay the Spire last week?
Last week. And I put a lot of time into that fucking game across like 3 platforms. And that one was a true final, like the final boss.
Nice.
Hollow Knight, I'm like right there though. I was practicing that fight so hard. I was just like, I need to break. I need to stop. I can't beat this thing.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is going to be huge. That's a big thing for me. That's it.
Oh, and I do plan to poke my head in and try Elden Ring Night Rain. I have no expectations, and I don't expect to play it long.
Night Rain?
The new Elden Ring thing.
It's
like 8
thing.
Genres.
Yeah, whatever that is.
It's like a
that's right.
weird-ass thing.
I thought you were talking about Shadow of the Erdtree.
No.
That's not what that's called.
No. I can't try Shadow of the Erdtree.
You're not far enough in Elden Ring.
No. And I haven't beaten Radon, nor have I gotten to Moog.
They weren't playing around. They're like, nah, you gotta be worthy to play this.
Fucking hell.
But it's more, too, because of what the story is.
Yeah, which is fair, but it's like, oh. They love doing that shit, though. Isn't there the Dark Souls 1 DLC, like, locked behind, like, a area beyond, like, a damaging swamp in, like, a dark-ass corner of the world?
Could not tell you.
God, I remember hearing about that, because they released a DLC, everyone bought it, and goes into the game, and they're like, where is it? Where's the DLC?
So I want to play Shadow of the Erdtree, but just Elden Ring itself is 100 gigs.
Yeah.
On top of a fucking... I mean, and Shadow of the Erdtree itself is probably 25, 30 gigs itself as a DLC. So I'd need some serious downtime to play that one. What?
I just typed in how to get to Dark Souls 1 DLC. To access the Artorias of the Abyss, you need to go to Darkroot Basin, kill the Hydra, then reload the area to find the Golden Crystal Golem, which you must kill to free the Dusk of Ulasile. Afterwards, go to the Duke's Archive and kill the Crystal Golem there to obtain a broken pendant, then return to Darkroot Basin where you will find a portal to enter the DLC.
I hope they told people how to do that when it first came out.
I hope so too.
I hope there was an NPC in there guiding you.
That was all pulled from Reddit. Because then there's that was the AI answer,
yeah.
And then the literal first thing on Reddit was those exact fucking words.
Damn.
Nutty.
Yeah, I just got Monster Hunter in the brain right now.
I know, I'm pretty fucking ready to hop on that.
I'm excited for you to hop it on with me.
And I can feel it in my bones, though. The Grinding Gear Games is going to come out and be like, hello, all you Monster Hunters. Path of Exile 2 announcement. Druids out. I'd be like, no! Pirates and druids and monsters!
What weapon are you going to choose?
You can bring 2 out into the field now, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, at first, bow's going to be one of them. Because I always go bow first over guns. Because you have to build up fucking good ammo. Which is fair. I'm not going to just normal shot something to death a billion times.
But they made coats better. I don't remember how, but they did make it better.
That also furthered my decision to do bow. If I remember right, I think it's something you told me back closer to like when they were doing all the reveals and stuff. That you said it seemed like that the coatings recharge as you fight.
Yeah, I think that
instead of having to like be equipped and resupplied.
I think power.
That's even
so
that's
you got
good enough for me.
And that, so like status ailments like sleep, paralysis, and
I
maybe
still
poison and
wish
shit might not. But
I hope they
I could
do.
Be wrong.
Because there's already like a fall off on the resistance or whatever, and you have to wait time for that to be able to sleep them again. So the amount of sleep they'd let you carry was already very prohibitive. Yeah. Like as an example, like poison. If I can only bring 20 poison vials, I'm probably only poisoning them twice. Because it takes about 5 or 6 hits to apply, give or take.
Depends on the monster too. Like, because like for instance. Oh, that's another thing, too. Not a single Elder Dragon has been mentioned for Wilds.
Good.
Yes, because World was Elder Dragon focused, so there was fuck ton of that. There was the original 3 with Chameleos, Teostra, and Kushalador. Then Lunastra, fucking... Valhazak, Nergigante, Kirin, Namiel, Velkhana, Zormagdaros, and I feel like there's another one that I'm forgetting. So that right there is 10 Elder Dragons. Yeah. No other monster hunter is that many. Normally it's around 5 or 6 because you have the 3 Kushaladora, Teostra, Chameleos, Kirin, 4 Trad.
Sometimes Lunastra.
Yeah. And then the main, like...
flagship one.
Not necessarily the flagship.
I'd call story end one, like Xeno'jiva. Level 1. You know what I mean?
That one is always an Elder Dragon type. They should call that a different thing, too, not just Elder Dragon. That should be, like, a different category. Like your Gogmos.
Prime Elder Dragon. Slap a word on it.
Definitely not that.
Just to make it seem like it is, though, you know what I mean? Because
it's the ancient dragon.
It's the story end, you know?
Yeah. Because, like... Oh, no, Gormagal is an Elder Dragon. There was a flagship. Oh, the Zenogre and Legaceria, Legiacris, they're not Elder Dragons, they're just regular.
Yeah. I think we have dual swords for my other weapon.
Good choice. Dual swords is fucking lit in this game, too.
So, truth be told, the melee weapon I'm probably best on is Insect Glaive, but I've stated before, the weeb weapons can fuck off. You will not catch me on Insect Glaive this time around, Charge Blade or Switch Axe, or Longsword. Weeb in a different way.
Don't hate on my Charge Blade.
I don't hate. I hate. I do hate on Charge Blade. At least Switch Axe seems practical for what people are using, rather than strapping an engine to a fucking blade.
It's lit. That's my main weapon.
It was fun to use, but it's not me. I'll be on them dual swords.
I'm all over the place.
You know me too. I usually am as well.
Sword and Shield is always a go-to for me. I like the Rathalos Sword and Shield. Jin, I'll always get it. So Sword and Shield, love Longsword. I love Great Sword. Hammer looks fantastic. This game, it's been a few games since I picked up Hammer. Probably using it now. Lance got a huge rework, so that looks fucking awesome. Gun Lance got one, and I'm not a Gun Lance person, and I might even try Gun Lance.
So I was thinking I might just...
Hunt and Horn got a massive buff.
Thank God.
Like, massive. but I'm not a hunting horn person, so that'll stay away.
I am a hunting horn person, but World made me not a hunting horn person because there's just so much fucking UI on my screen. Holy goddamn shit, man. Yeah. Instead of showing me each move I could follow up with, it's like every fucking song.
And I think I'm just going to just not play any of the rainbow, light, or heavy bow gun. I think I'm just going to stay off. And I don't like Insect Glaive.
I love Insect Glaive, but again, it feels like they give me everything. I can leap up, I can leap through the sky to the monster.
Hypermobility.
No weapon have I ever more easily cut off tails with. Like, it just feels like I'm cheating, and I don't like that feeling. I like feeling like I'm scraping by in Monster Hunter by the grit of my teeth.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes in it that I'm just so ready to just get in and just play through.
Ooh, double weapon makes you hunting horn even better too, just in general, because then you can buff up with the intention of switching to the weapon you want all the buffs for.
They specifically mentioned that.
Oh, because I was just thinking, because in my mind I was like, maybe I'll main hammer. I can cut off tails with the bow part if they still have that shot, because that shot can cut off tails. So I was doing that for a lot of World. It's a pain in my ass. But I was like, I could just beat up the hammer, like beat up the tail with the hammer, and then try to get the cut off with the fucking bow. But I'm like, if hunting horn is just gonna buff me anyways, well, I just play hunting horn with the other weapon.
Yeah, because when the lead developers, Ruzimoto, I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. He's a hammer main, so they went extra for him this game.
I was enjoying hammer. I think I at least tried every weapon in World by the time I stopped playing, besides longsword, for sure. Longsword and lance I didn't touch at all. And dual swords clicked again. I don't know. I was just really fucking with dual swords, and I didn't touch them until G rank.
They're good. I was going ham with them on in the beta.
Because once I was on the tech trees and I could finally see the ones that are dual element, that's when I'm like, time to start investing in dual swords.
I love that aspect of dual swords.
Even just the look of it, too.
It's like
the lore of it having like a Rathian Rathalos one.
That's exactly what I was just
feels so good.
The two that I always try and get is the Rathalos Rathian ones, because it's poison fire, awesome combo, and then the Kushala Tiastra fire and ice.
That's what I was working towards. Because I was already past the initial one because I was in G rank, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'll get the high rank version, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll get it where I need it to go. If I need to hunt lower things, I'm bringing those with me.
I also love the fact that gender lockout is no longer a thing for gear, so
nice.
Fashion
freedom.
So
that's how it should be. So now I can have like the twink of my dreams.
Yeah, because the character customization is fucking like crazy. Good. Crazy detailed. But I don't want to do it again, so I really hope that my data from the demo,
every game ever,
I can just pluck my character right out of it into the main game.
I always say I love the character creators in games. When I look at Skyrim, I'm like, man, I've made like 7 Argonians. And they always have the same colorations, the same hairstyle.
My wife loves character creations.
I used to.
You know that 14 server went down the other day? It crashed or whatever. She was wanting to play. And it crashed before she even got on it. So she was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not playing. So instead she just loaded the game up and went into the character crate and just was fucking around in the character crate. She does it all the time. She loves character creators.
Again, I used to, but like you said, it's a lot of fucking time.
I love them on my first, like a new game, Monster Hunter Wilds coming out. I love that. On the demo, I spent like an hour customizing my character. I love doing that, but I don't love doing that more than once. Like if I'm so like World, I had 3 characters in World, but the time frame was very spread out between them. But I have no problem with that. Like, I don't have to recreate my character because I like the way it was. That's the one I
Yeah.
want to play with. And if I try to recreate it, it'll be different. It won't be the same. I can't copy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no way I'd be able to recreate it the way it was, and then it'll just.
So I kind of don't hate the old Diablo setup and the Path of Exile setup where like you pick your class and they're locked in characters already.
Well, Diablo you could customize.
In 4. Sorry. I
Yeah.
meant all the ones before that you are locked. Like even both gender locked and just look locked too.
Well, that's why I don't like. If you just at that point, don't give me the option to customize at all.
Yeah. If you're gonna have these presets, then yeah, definitely don't customize.
Because I don't like that. I have to be this huge, buff druid. It's like, why can't I be?
I also hate that. It was fine the
Whatever I wanna
first
be.
time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I go to make a second druid, I'm like, oh, I'm a fat guy again? Damn. Why couldn't this one be like a little twinkier or a little musclier?
And I hate that games that gender lock roles. It's like, oh, if you're a dude, you have to be a girl, or oh, you're a warrior, you have to be a dude.
It's like doubly reductive. A, I can be whatever the fuck I want to be in real life. B, I'm in the fucking video game. Let me play the thing I think is fun looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Who gives a fuck if I'm a male dancer? Or a female barbarian, you know?
It's a video game. I want to enjoy what I'm looking at.
I want the freedom.
And for me, that just happens to be females. If there's an option to choose my gender in a game, choosing the female, that's what I like looking at.
So be it.
Not afraid to admit that.
Should get Marvel Rivals. Well, and there's sometimes I've already put in like an hour and a half into Invisible Woman, and sometimes when I'm playing, I think of you.
I appreciate it.
But it's a testament to how good she looks in game. Let me
I've seen
tell you.
I've seen people play her.
Like literally, sometimes I'm just walking, and it's just like bouncing. And I'm just like, man, Thibond would love this right now. So then just like, god damn.
Because from Monster Hunter, Rise is actually the first time my main first character was actually a female. Surprisingly. For me. Because, like, even World, my first one was a male character, and all the games before it was all male characters. And it was my second character. I would always make a second character for female
check out all the female armors, yeah.
Yes. But I'd never get very far.
And now you don't have to.
Except World, I have my main male character and 2 female characters. One that just used bows and stuff, and then the one I made when you started playing to play through with you.
That's another reason I want to focus up this time instead of like fucking spreading out, so I don't have to keep redoing so many hunts to get all the weapons I want for all the different weapon types.
Yeah, so that's the one thing too. So what you should do is just pick the 2 weapon types you want. Focus on those until, because it's only
Say 2 weapon types.
well, the 2 that you're gonna bring out
Yeah.
to the field with you, because it's only low and high rank right now. Especially going through low rank, I just try and plow through low rank. I don't try and I
Fuck
need
around
like
with that.
7 different weapons of this, because at the low rank I'm going to crush everything with whatever weapon I have. Then once you get into high rank and you start getting a baseline, then you can start going out and farming other things and collecting things, you know what I mean? Because once you get the first high rank armor set, everything in low rank is instantly easy farmability. So
I just remembered Greatsword even exists. I totally forgot Greatsword is even a
I
fucking
love
thing.
Greatsword. It was my second most used weapon in
It's easy to forget now that Charge Blade and Switch Axe exist.
No, Greatsword's.
I know it's distinctly different too, but it's like
World really changed Greatsword in a good way.
it's alright.
It's lit.
I watched enough of Asmon using it for a lifetime.
Oh, yeah. True dat.
I've seen the whole moveset. I know I'm all set.
True dat. Big Numbys.
Big Numbys.
I'll be there.
I would make that the title for this episode if it wasn't complete nonsense. Big Numbys.
Nobody would know what the hell is talking.
I think it's a fetish.
Maybe.
Give me Big Numbys, baby.
Have to get an hour into it to be like, yeah, so that's why it's called this. I see. I understand now. Yeah, Monster Hunter will come soon.
Yes.
Not soon enough. It needs to be tomorrow. But it's not tomorrow. A month and 1 week. It's okay though, because we got manga
Yes.
to fill the void. Not really. It was some of these breaks we've been having lately.
Yes. That was a good week.
It was. It was indeed. I didn't read Astro Baby though. That's the only thing I didn't read.
Holy shit. I actually also didn't read Astro Baby.
Cool. There we go.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing I didn't read.
Yeah, because we didn't talk about the Centuria that we read last week.
Nope.
So
I didn't read anything extra because of that.
Yeah, and I don't remember if we talked about the Magi chapters we read. But I feel like we did talk about the Sakamotos because we only read 2 Sakamoto chapters.
I feel like we talked about the Magi. Because I talked about what's his face having a beautiful face.
You talk about Demon Kasim. Because that's what happened. Kasim turned into a fucking demon.
Yes, but I also definitely talked about his...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I talked about how we went from an interesting villain with interesting motives to it's the dark djinn.
Yeah.
And we're the darkness that'll have a king of darkness that'll swallow the land in darkness.
It's like that, fuck, what's that? The Final Fantasy game. The one that's not Final Fantasy 1, the new one.
The chaos one, yeah.
It's like that first trailer.
I have to kill chaos.
The chaos. Chaos.
Chaos.
Chaos. Chaos. I never played that game.
I played a tiny bit of the demo.
Oh, nice.
The combat was all right.
I've seen some stuff, like I know the Warrior of Light's in it at one point. I'm like, that's dope.
The combat and class system was good, but it's like just where's Dark Souls by the end? And we all know the story's gonna suck.
Oh, 100%. And the fucking main character's lazy. It's literally Core from fucking 15. Just literally picked out of 15 and dropped in this.
And then given his own boy band.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Square Enix kind of did weird things with that one. It's like, if you're going to redo something like that with Garland, just remake one.
Yeah.
It's
also a very homoerotic arc for Square Enix at that time.
Yeah.
Going like 15 into that. It's like an all dudes party.
Especially because the one love interest that's a female dies.
Yeah. And Prompto's there, so like, yeah.
All big manly Gladios is like, it's okay, Noctis, we're here to support you, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I just gotta say it, too. I've
Ignis
never seen...
cooking up a fresh meal for him.
15 is easily the gayest Final Fantasy.
Oh, by a fucking country mile.
Easily. And they didn't have to do anything to earn that.
Well, yeah, nothing.
Really.
What would be number 2? I'm trying to think, but I know what it is. It's 5. You are not convincing me that Bart's is not.
Yeah, you know,
swinging for your team.
One of the few girls in there is a cross-dresser that like poses as a man and has a pirate crew.
I know next to nothing about 5. I just have seen Bart's character design, and I'm like, that dude is gay.
I've tried. It's really funny when I know I'm not going to get into something because I tried fucking 5 3 different occasions and I stopped at like the exact same point. Not stuck, not a wall. I just happened to get bored at the exact same time. And that has happened to me with The Goblet of Fire also. I tried watching it 3 times. I fell asleep at the exact same point every time.
Which point in The Goblet of Fire?
I think during the first challenge. I've seen Harry get picked.
Harry Potter, did you put your name in the goblet?
It's like got to be like 5 or 10 minutes after that my consciousness starts fading. ain't seen no dragon. Honestly, I don't even remember seeing any of the challenges. I just remember seeing Harry get picked.
No,
what do you
funny.
mean? You shouldn't be possible.
Well, actually, hold on. No, I lied.
I recently saw a clip of how his name got in there, but
I was just about to say something, but then I realized 9 actually does it. Yes. 9's the only... Because I was going to be like, hey, you know what's funny? The gayest Final Fantasy is the only one where the main character actually gets with the girl at the end, even though they're both dead. But I was like, oh, wait, 9 does that, and they're both alive. So I think 9 gets that credence.
let's actually say second gay, so it had to be 10-2.
Oh, yeah, that's just...
It's the same thing, but women.
Yeah, lesbians.
Where they have the different flavor of lesbians, too. That's the thing that with the 15 formula
The only
is
problem
you get
with that,
all
though,
the kinds of gays.
The only problem with that is the whole point of 10-2 is Yuna's trying to find Titus, though.
I know, but like...
She's chasing that dick.
They even made it like Riku as hot as she possibly could be. Like, Riku looks different through the game.
They dropped the ball, though, and took fucking...
Pain.
Brought Pain in and took Lulu out. It's
You
like,
literally could
what
have
are you
put that
doing?
outfit on Lulu for when she's that class, too. Because there's class switching, which has different outfits. Like,
Yeah. You would have made so much more money.
it's insanity. But that has to be the second gayest.
But you know what it actually was, though? Like, shit, we're making a fucking pop band, and there's no way that the stoic goth mom is going to be in a fucking pop band.
They looked at the one page of dialogue she had across the whole game and they're like, shit.
She ain't fitting this fan group.
That just kind of hit me. Back to some manga.
Yeah.
So let's talk about those Centurias.
Yeah.
I took 3 screenshots.
The evidence continues to mount to prove our point that this guy is 1,000,000,000% not a benevolent king. Look at the... You know what? You know that saying? You can tell a lot about a person based on the people he surrounds himself with. You're not giving off the best impressions, brah.
No.
Just look at the people you're hot. You are surrounding yourself with the stereotypical bad guys in Berserk.
Yeah. Like, one tiny point to his credit, though, the first screenshot I even have is him being pissed off at being advised that they kill his own citizens.
Yeah, so it's weird. It's like the things he says, but then everything else about him, his vibe. Look at his hairdo. Look at him.
I am I'm big on the vibe checks. I believe my vibes. I believe my gut. And if you look like this in my presence and are surrounded by people like this...
Is that a smile? That I didn't know. Is that his teeth right there in the bottom? Right there? In the middle?
No, it's more hair. Oh. No. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's too far away from the eyeball. That'd be weird.
But, like, you look like this... Nah. Evil vibe check. Though, again, I do like what he's saying, though. The child of prophecy and her guardian, we shall leave them. I have faith in your prophecy, so if they will come to me.
Right there, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're the bad guy, because only a bad guy is stupid enough to allow a threat that you know is coming to you to allow it to fucking...
Too meta.
He's a bad guy in an RPG right now. You know the party's there, you know they're level 2, but it's like, I will let you get stronger. I'm level 60 right now, but I'm too above this to take out level 15s.
Metaphor. Metaphor.
Not metaphor. Every RPG ever where you meet the main bad guy, any point in like the first act of the game, he could kill you right there.
Akechi. Don't do this to me.
I don't know. Probably not.
Does he have a gun?
Akechi?
Yeah. He must own a gun if he breaks it and kills you in the interrogation room.
No, he steals it from a guard in the hallway.
Okay, good. I like that. Okay. He is a little scrawny bitch, so I'll give that to him.
No, because I'm gonna say if Akechi rolls up to that, like the squad in the beginning, depends on how many members of the squad are there, because it's one versus all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought he owned the gun.
Oh no, he does not. Okay. And this ain't like.
Sorry, this is America. Don't get you slipping up.
We're gonna segue away from that before I get into a rabbit hole of talking about Persona.
But even says, "I shall settle this myself."
Yeah, see, overconfidence of a fucking bad guy.
Though I do think it's also worth noting he mentions it, but he doesn't seem particularly sad about his son.
We saw the flashbacks. I wouldn't be either if my son was that when he was a child.
The monster.
I'd be like waiting for the day someone was gonna murk his ass. I'd be relieved if anything. It's like, shit, I didn't have to do it myself. My wife would hate me if I had to do that. Thankfully, now conveniently, there has been no wife that I've seen. Oh, what was that? His mother in the flashback, or was that a
There
maid?
was his mother. The maid was the one acting more like a mother, but the mother was the one that was just like
nonchalant. Yeah. See, a good guy doesn't marry somebody like that either.
So I mean, like, you care about your people, but she clearly. Well, those were prisoners, like prisoners. That's still not a way to treat human beings at all.
I think this guy's just trying to get off on being the good guy. Gets his rocks off somehow. Doesn't actually care about the people. The people mean something, I think.
I think he cares about the image of being a good king.
Yes. Or maybe that, like, the people, like, maybe something happens, subjects are relying on his powers, and if you start killing his people, it would weaken him somehow, maybe? I don't know, I'm just spitballing stupid.
That's so you made me think of something I just...
What? Speak it.
No. Because there'll be spoilers for something.
For what?
Metaphor.
Oh.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
And then the rest of the chapter.
I'll play it in a year, and I don't want to have this spoiler be lingling.
That's what I mean. I don't even want to spoil, so...
No.
Though, since I've said metaphor like 2 or 3 times now, like fucking Beetlejuice myself, they make it a manga for metaphor. I saw a shot of one of the main party members. I was like, oh, that's good fan art. And like later that day, I'm going through Twitter, and it's like, Metaphor, chapter or volume 1 out now. I'm like, oh, that's just actually a thing.
Cool.
Right?
I got a fucking ad about the Persona 5 animation, as if it was the anime, as if it was a new thing. Like, Persona fans, check out this new anime about Persona 5.
You can hold on to that.
Like, I tried watching that, dude. I watched like the first 3 episodes. But what killed me, I think it said, like, I think last week or the week before, it was like, but like, you had the anime already made in the game. How did you drop the ball about when Joker awakens his persona? It looks way better in the game. Like,
way better.
Infinitely better in the game than it does in the anime.
And it also doesn't look so much better that I feel like it would have blown their budget into insanity. Like, it's a doable amount better. It's still drawn animation of the same style. It's just better.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll fucking just re-download Persona and play that all next month.
Marvel Rivals.
Unlikely. It's not my style of game, man. I watch it. It's just way too chaotic.
It is very
No
fast.
idea what the fuck is going on.
Very fast.
Though, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, when I watch, like, any clip of any game that I'm playing back afterwards when I'm not actually playing it, it's way faster than, like, when I'm actually playing it.
I do genuinely think you should give it a try. No, all memes aside. Because the thing with hero shooters is, it's like taking the part of the MOBA. It's, first of all, ripping out the snowballing effect of buying and leveling up. And then it's taking out the management of lanes. It's just like, here, have all team fights. That's how I kind of look at it. Still not think it's for everyone. Still not like guaranteed, oh, you're going to love this. I'm like, I think it's at least worth a shot.
Yeah, but you know me and the curse of my teammates.
That's also true. But you do have 2 good teammates.
The curse of my support teammates.
Well, I mean, you might be playing support with those booties.
Is she support?
Yeah. And like really good support too.
That skin is fire too, though.
I bought that skin.
It's a good skin.
It's a good skin.
Yeah, but then you got people like I watched a fucking video today. It wasn't today. It was yesterday or something like that, and just like a Spider-Man player. And I'm just like,
no!
If I was that Hulk, I would uninstall the game. I would be so mad. Spider-Man kept just swinging around this like outside arena to come back as soon as the Hulk would run out of fucking like base, and he'd pull him off some cliff and you'd just die. And then it would happen again, and he's in Hulk mode. And I'm like, first off, I don't think the Hulk should be able to be pulled by Spider-Man's webs. First off, whatever. But then the Hulk player just was like made it his mission to try and get to Spider-Man, and he just failed from every time. And then the dude even typed to him, "You're not that guy." And I'm just like, oh my god. I was getting mad for the Hulk player, and I'm like, I'm sorry, bro.
I've seen clips like that too, and he's just so fast. If your whole team was there, he could do that and then just zip off into oblivion and no one would even see him.
No, I actually hate those style videos. Because this is a dude, I keep scrolling by and I see of Smite. There's this dude, first off, the video quality's kind of weird, but he's always just sitting there and he's always stone-faced when he's playing. And it always shows him outplay somebody. And I'm like, I hate those kind of video uploads where it's just all you ever do is show your outplays. It's like, yeah, but how many times did you get shit on? And you're making it see that you're a fucking god. And then half the time with this particular person, the Smite one, I'm like, yeah, but he didn't really get outplayed. He died, and you like that wasn't a big play. But then you act as if you're a god at the game. And I'm like,
that part I would hate.
But I'm like, bro, but like your rank is like right there. You're a fucking like gold player. Shut your face.
Because like on the other hand, both of us have uploaded highlights before. Specifically to Facebook.
Yeah, but that's my... Who the fuck is watching that other than you?
Fair, but I've thought about uploading highlights to, like, YouTube before, too.
Yeah, it's fine. Just don't be a fucking conceited
asshole. I won't be there and be like, I'm the fucking best. I'll never be the one that types, "You're not that guy." That's not me.
Yeah. I hate those people.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
If you're literally the number one player in a game, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yep.
You're not that guy. Yeah, you're right.
Literally, I'm that guy.
Yeah, I'm not you. You're that guy. Say what you want, bro. But if you're not, like top 10 people can say it. But if you're number 11 and lower, I don't want to hear shit out your mouth.
That's kind of shit that made me stop playing Overwatch. In like reality, like 2 launched, and there's just this wave of people that like, let's say like you're starting to lose. You look at the DPS. Your DPS is doing less damage than theirs.
Oh,
they're always straight to go.
Match your damage. Oh, that's toxic.
Is that disgusting? It'll just be like DPS diff. That's all it took. People just started saying that as like the catch-all terms for it. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm tired of this. I'm not going to be held accountable to the other team's damage like mid-match as like a reason.
Yeah, damage doesn't mean dick.
It doesn't, especially with a game with tanks in it. Like,
but also, I mean,
you can spend all match just shooting the tank, and that's not value.
It's still an objective-based game, right? Like kills don't win the game, right?
Yeah.
It's you gotta
take the point or push hold a payload.
Yeah. Are there payloads in Marvel Rivals?
Yes.
So yeah, you gotta do stuff like that. So
it's not everything.
Yeah, you could get 1 billion kills.
And to be fair, that was Overwatch too. Just to be clear, Rivals doesn't show you damage mid-match.
Good.
Yes. It shows you your own, and at the end of the match, it'll give you those stats.
That's fine. Don't do that mid, because that's just a level.
DPS diff, healer diff.
That's just a level to be like, okay, toxicity to the max. You know what I mean?
You know me, I will tilt. I will. And I don't tilt in a like, kind of way. I tilt in a, okay, I'm just done then. I'm going to go make a cup of coffee, stand here and spawn. Go say some hellos to enemies.
I've rage quit 1 match ever in my entire life of any multiplayer game. And it was a Smite match with our friend. And I was just heated. I had to step away. So I just closed the game. Then I got flamed by the dude that was getting me heated. Sent me a private message on PlayStation.
Oh, I set my shit to private for that reason.
But then our friend texted me, like, because he was still in the game, so he couldn't text me mid-match because he was playing. And he's like, yo, if you stayed, we probably would have won, because they were, like, 4v5 and pulling it out, and I was just tilted from losing.
Oh, well, I just would have even told you that. If it was me, I would have just been like, what assholes. And just...
Probably, but I was just like, whatever, fuck it.
That's
the only time I've ever... I don't give up. I'll always keep trying. I'm never the one that stands in peace.
I've never done anything like that on a team with you or our friends.
Even if it's just me by myself. The only time I'll do it is if I'm like I did it in a predecessor match last week where we were all dead and they pushed our line inhibitors. They took it. They're all fucking being toxic. And I was the first one to spawn. And I had like 15 seconds before the next person spawned. But they were attacking our core. And I spawned in and I just stood in the base. I'm like, I'm not even
I've done, that's completely different. Yeah. No, I've done many rage quits and then I've done many...
But it was only one person in like a small wave. So I could have ran out there, cleared the wave, and then they would have backed off, and maybe our core left with like 3 to 5%. But I'm like,
still,
just for us to lose next fight, to push this game 4 more minutes? Nah.
Yeah.
I'll just let them win.
I've done many rage quits in games, and probably just as many throws because of tilt. Not because of tilt like, oh, I'm losing, or this isn't going my way. Tilts because of other people tilting.
I've never thrown. Like, I've never been like, I'm going to run at a tower.
I've thrown in predecessor.
Sadness.
Because someone has gotten me fucking tilted. They're just talking mad shit, like, good, like, half the game, and at one point I just said, they're just like, oh, you're throwing. I'm like, okay, no, now I'm throwing. And I ran out into the enemy towers, let them kill me.
See, it's funny, too, because most of the time people will be talking mad shit, and I just won't even know, because I don't read the chat. My focus is on, like...
If I'm on combat, I'll miss it, but if fuck shit.
You just gotta ignore it.
Yeah.
People are dumb.
That's kind of why, like, sometimes... I mean, I really like MOBAs, because I do like that long-term progression. I like being able to invest 30 minutes into a match. Same thing with, like, RTSs, that long-term evolution. But sometimes I also like Marvel Rivals because that chaos makes me look at the chat even less.
Just don't play ranked. Anything.
Anything.
It's better. Better for your health.
Besides Magic the Gathering, my ranked experience across a lot of games has been going pretty shitty lately, so you might be right. All of my ranked matches in Pred have sucked, and I think I've won 2 ranked matches in Rivals.
You know what we should do to make ourselves feel good again? Go back to Mobile Legends.
I know, right?
I'll just pick that spear dude again, and I'll just win 13 games straight. We've gone like 30-1.
I spent so much effort getting my account back from someone that stole it. I fucking better go back. It's a lot of money in that account. I should sell that fucking account if I can. That's how much money is in that.
I didn't put a dime in it. I finally got characters unlocked in it, too. Who knows how many fucking characters have come out since?
A lot. They literally haven't stopped. When I logged back in, it's almost like their cadence never even slowed.
Good for them.
Good for them. Though I hear they might have something to do with the TikTok thing. So for a second there, people were scared and they were taken down for a little bit. So, but it's back.
Was?
Yeah. Because funny thing is when...
Did you follow the news for this game?
No, I followed the news about the TikTok ban. And when Charlie was covering it, he went through literally everything that wasn't working because chat was like throwing stuff up. And Mobile Legends actually came up in the conversation.
Well then.
It's like shit, because Marvel Snap wasn't working.
How would Marvel Snap have anything to do with TikTok being shut down?
It is co-developed by a company owned by the company behind TikTok. Isn't that some big bag of nuts? But that's the weird thing.
You know, imagine if Tencent got fucking banned. All of a sudden, 1,500 games don't work anymore.
League of Legends down, streets on fire.
Tencent owns League of Legends?
Tencent, yeah. They have a huge stake in Riot Games. Like a gigantic stake in Riot Games.
Yeah, but they're not the owner, right? Riot Games, or do they own Riot Games?
I think Riot Games wouldn't have the lights on without Tencent. I want to see if there's
surprising because League of Legends, I mean, they have how much they got to make boatloads of money off those skins, and fucking a lot of people play League of Legends stuff.
And they, like all companies, have been really escalating their monetization. Some of the like the best stuff they come out with, there's like $200 skins
in League.
Oh
my god.
And I got an answer. Tencent owns 100% of Riot Games.
Oh, well, there you go.
So yeah, the streets will burn. But the weird thing with the Snap thing is that they're so tangentially related, and the TikTok ban didn't outright ban ByteDance's everything. It's like ByteDance tried to pull as much leverage as they could to like stir up some outrage about it. You know what I mean? Because when you went to open Snap and it was down, it was like, uh-oh, this is an unexpected outage in the U.S. We'll let you know when we get this fixed. Like an unexpected outage at the exact same time as all of the other ByteDance stuff going down.
Yeah, it's wild. So I was just trying to look and it didn't come up, but fucking Dota 2 is the third most played game currently.
Yeah. Is that nuts? I bet Counter-Strike is above it somehow still.
Counter-Strike's number one. Marvel Rivals, Dota, Banana. Is that the banana game?
Still! Memes never die!
174,570 players. Path of Exile, 142. PUBG, Rust, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Rust was the one that surprised me the
Rainbow
most.
Six Siege, Baldur's Gate 3, Call of Duty, Power World, Stardew Valley, Delta Force, Wallpaper Engine are top 15. Warframe's up there too, 17.
Jeez.
War Thunder.
It says a lot about Baldur's Gate that it's one of the very few not live service games that high.
Yeah. No, because I was just trying to get info on like League of Legends, but I guess
League's not on Steam.
It's not?
Nope. Riot has its own client.
Well, that'd be why. So
it's literally just like League and Valorant too. That's like all Riot has. So it's like a launcher for 2 fucking games.
Then why have the launcher?
Who knows? I deleted that shit.
Because you can't like.
But in their defense, they want 100% of the revenue rather than splitting whatever money comes their way with Steam.
Yeah, because if you sell a skin, you gotta give some of it to Steam, right?
Yeah, whatever it'll be, whatever when you buy the premium currency, that's when Steam would take their stake.
That's right.
So it makes sense, but it's like God.
But yeah, so you buy into the premium currency. That's everything you buy.
Yeah.
So yeah, the skin, the fucking loot chests, whatever.
So it seems like ha 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 ha. So to be fair, I get it, but it does suck as a consumer. And I played League like twice, and I was like, no.
I'll never play League.
I played like a third of a Valorant match. I was like, oh God, no, this is not for me. Get me out. Save me.
I don't even know what Valorant looks like.
In my opinion, it looks like hot doo-doo, first of all. But secondly, it's Counter-Strike if Counter-Strike had Overwatch abilities. If you're unfamiliar with Counter-Strike at all, it's a third-person shooter with like the fastest time to kill I've seen in any game possibly ever. If you poke around a corner, you just get deleted by someone that like pre-fired knowing you're going to go around that corner just in time for it. And you're just dead.
Okay.
It is one of the most brutal games I've ever seen. And then Valorant's like, what if we made it all anime and added like abilities and shit to this?
What's the point of having abilities if a single bullet kills you?
So they're all like really weird and niche stuff, like smoke bombs by another name, I would call it. Like big fog walls and colorful effects that all look like garbage. They look like they're still pre-alpha. You go to put up like a fog wall. It's this weird like rectangle of like blue. It like none of the effects look good. The whole
Gross.
game, it's so aggravating.
Sounds terrible.
Never hated. Well, no, Genshin Impact's probably the fastest I've ever hated a game, but Valorant's right behind it.
What happened there?
Oh, I've told this story, but I'll tell it again because I hate it so much. The game opens to like a cutscene where the main character and the female version of the main character, you get to pick between them, are fighting some sort of evil, and the one you don't pick gets like destroyed or captured, and you're like being sent away to another dimension, and then suddenly the most annoying character in the whole game, mind you, pops up as like, and then you came here and met me, and shows you by a campfire with her, and she's like, and that was like 3 months ago, and
That's just
my brain
horrible.
wanted to snap. I'm like, what started this fucking conversation? The game died to me just right in that moment. It's like, why are you sitting around a campfire 3 months after you met, telling me my origins again around a campfire? Oh,
brutal.
it aggravated me so much because there's so many people that are like, Genshin's got a good story. And that's all it took for me to be like, no, I don't care. I don't care if there's diamonds in the farther in the mine. I can't believe it. I'm walking through so much shit right now. I spent maybe 5 minutes after that moment in the game. I'm like, I can't do this, man.
It's surprising that me, of all people, have never downloaded Genshin Impact.
I know,
Or
right?
Star Rail now that it's out.
Or Zenless Zone Zero.
Yeah. Instead, I downloaded Withering Waves, and I played all 5 minutes of it.
You were so close. You were so close.
Of all of them, though, Withering Waves. Honestly, I didn't even know until I downloaded it and opened it that it was just the Genshin clone, basically.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Because I just saw stuff. I was about to shut off my PlayStation super late at night on the weekend, and I saw one of my friends start playing Withering Wave, and I saw an anime girl, and I'm like, what is that? So I just looked it up. I'm like, it's free to play. I'm going to download it. So I just hit the download button, put my system in sleep, and I went to bed.
If you see an anime girl behind the name Tower of Fantasy, just know it's the same bullshit. It's
Got it.
the MMO one.
And then I just came downstairs and started playing it, and then like 2-3 days later, it's not good.
The only one of all of them that I've seen and played that I would recommend to any degree is Honkai Star Rail. It has the best of the combats.
Yeah, but it's a fucking gacha, and I'm just like...
It's still a gacha. That's why I said of any of these. It's still a gacha, but it has the best of the combats in the least bad of the stories. I emphasize least bad. It's good. I have personal gripes with it still, but it's good.
I'm still gonna stay away and delete Withering Waves,
And they all
and just be okay with just not having it.
and one other small thing to their credit, they do all look incredibly good on mobile. For mobile games. Like Honkai Star Rail looks gorgeous. Zenless Zone Zero, it looks great. It's wallpaper over walls of duty, but it looks great. Those walls are made of shit, my friends.
Savage.
But Honkai's combat's that good that I think it's worthy. Don't go taking that one to the press.
Yeah, no, I think I'll just wait for Monster Hunter at this point.
Play some Marvel Rifles in the meantime. If you finish Dynasty Warriors with the amount of time in between the two to do so.
Well, Dynasty Warriors 100%. I'll probably finish it by this weekend. I mean,
Download Marvel Rifles.
PlayStation tells me I'm 66% of the way through the game. So,
Nice.
I think I'm pretty close.
Does it count just one playthrough then? Like not doing like the Way and Woo content? Gotta be, right?
I would assume so. Because I'm in Act 4. I don't know how many acts there are. I haven't even looked at the trophy list. Other than to see that I only have 12 bronze trophies and a single silver, gold. And it just is unfortunate.
Welcome to my world. You'll have them by the time you're done, though.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's one of those games I feel like it's going to have some stupid ass fucking trophies. It's not a game either that I'm going to be trophy hunting in.
No.
Because I feel like you'd have to play multiple. Because I know there's going to be a trophy for fucking getting max bond with like everybody or something like that. And I'm like, well, first off, I don't think it's possible. Because you automatically ruin your bond with Cao Cao or Liu Bei.
Yeah, the moment.
All of their followers the moment you choose a different faction.
Oh, and if it takes more than one playthrough with the same faction, it's already like, nope. Goodbye. Nope.
Yeah. So, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
I'll get what I get and bounce. And so, either February is going to be a trophy hunting month, where I either pull out my PS4, but the problem with that is my controller doesn't really charge very well on the PS4, so it's tough. So either I buy a new controller, probably ain't gonna happen because I'm sure those controllers are like $80 now.
Yeah.
Because they're out of print.
It's like $80 to bust up the PS4.
For 2 games in there that I would want the trophies.
It's like you're trying to avoid spending more money in between.
Strikers and maybe Strikers to get the trophy and Dragon Quest 11 to just beat the game. But I'm like, I would care more about beating Yakuza than
I was gonna say Yakuza.
Yeah, or fucking
Literally came to my mind.
yeah. So I'd care about that over Dragon Quest.
Rightly so.
I think so. But yeah, more manga.
More manga.
How about that Spy Family though?
Yeah, that was good.
Fucking Desmond might be a mind reader. I think
don't
that
believe it.
he's going to be. I do.
I don't. I think she
probably
just
also
thinks
don't.
she is. She just thinks he is.
Yeah, I think he's probably actually just really good at assessing situations and reading people, kind of like Lloyd is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because, I mean, it does add a lot of context. It did make me want to go back to every scene we've seen him and reread them.
Which is 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2 scenes.
2 scenes.
The dinner and that
Running
part-
with Lloyd.
Run-in with Lloyd, yeah.
But, man, it really made me want to.
But
Because Lloyd's a thinker, man.
he is, and 100% in the first person of Twilight. Get your shit together. And he's saying Twilight
Immediately.
in front of the dude.
We
He's
must get
arrested.
as much information off this man as possible without seeming...
Yeah, he's dead the next day.
Yeah.
Yes.
That or this man is secretly the nicest man in the universe. He's either the nicest man in the universe and reads minds or not and assesses the situation.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious, this alien thing, though, that she's just convinced he's an alien.
Despite, like, the silly gags, though, I think this is one of the most, like,
That panel
earnest
right
chapters.
There, that right there with the eyeball. I was like, holy shit.
Just blasts you in the face. Imagine this in the actual print. You go to page turn off this into this spread. Almost look like it's almost a jump scare coming out at you.
I know, right?
But just, I loved the back and forth of this.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd plays a really good psychiatrist, gotta say.
Yeah. Dude did his homework to know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, like how far to go in certain ways. Seems like he made a good enough impression, too, that she'll be coming back. And trying to convince him to come.
I love how he gave her a notebook. Oh, just write this down with how much times you think he's reading your mind. I'm like, bro, didn't you just say that they had just had dinner for the first time in months together? You think in 1 week she's going to have an opportunity to write anything down in that notebook?
Again, look at her reaction to just being around him and shit. You think she's going to whip out the notebook in those moments? This one. What time is it, dear?
Well, suddenly he's just going to be around the fam a lot more.
And now I have a notebook full of my innermost thoughts. Takes one look at that, you'll never know it's true.
Either that or she does write it down, but it's just a bunch of incohesive nonsense that no one can know with like alien spaceships and abductions.
Those were the cutest things towards the end where he says, fuck, where is it? Oh, another idea was we should be open that it's not any sort of alien. We can't dismiss that it could be he's from the future or the depths of the earth or was merely acquired superpowers.
Yeah, him saying that out loud to this lady who we had assumed was like this bad bitch and fucking, you know, she was like, when she was introduced, she's like, oh, this person
This
is,
chick's
you
a
don't
psycho.
fuck with her. You know what I mean? When you met her with Yor, and she was in charge. She's in charge of this stuff. You don't mess with her. She looked like somebody would be like, yo, you cross me, you're getting killed and stuffed in a ditch somewhere, and ain't nobody gonna find out. Then you find out she fucking hates Scion Boy. Hates him. But then it turns out she doesn't.
Like weird hate,
It's a weird hate-love thing. But then you find out she's deathly afraid of her husband. And then you come to this, now you find out she's just a fucking psychopath. Not even psycho, just crazy, that thinks her husband's been abducted and turned into an alien. So it's like, her character arc is just all over the place.
That's just like the weirdest thing with her too, is her being like, I just follow what he does. Being like sometimes he's like there and I'll be there for my kids. Sometimes he's absent and I know to like stay away from their kids. She said something along those lines. I'm just like, that's a weird line to be at. Like, so is he doing anything to reinforce this behavior, or are you just that paranoid and it's actually like leading to neglecting your children?
Maybe both, especially because what she was saying about the eldest son, how he thinks basically the same way as her.
Yeah, that was another big standout one where it's like he even openly says he feels the same way.
She's like, yeah, he thinks that everyone can read minds too, unless she's interpreted in that way by him just saying like, yeah, he's very insightful and can, you know, deduce people's inner thoughts.
Yeah, like maybe he was more generous, but you know what? He didn't seem like he would be either, because he was the first to walk away from that dinner with everybody. Yeah. It didn't seem like he was like hanging on his father.
True, but he also looks like a creep.
He does also look like a creep.
Damien's
his eyes might be more open than Donovan see then.
The dude never blinks. His eyeballs dry as fuck.
Trying to see if I can find that line. I found the whether that man decides to engage with the kids or ignore them completely, I simply have to go along with it. Like, is all of the negligence coming from your perception of him?
Could be. Could very well be. It's wild. Yeah, who knows? I guess we'll find out in the next week's session of Therapy X Family.
Even my older son has been saying the same thing, that my husband knows that alien, he can read people's minds. I am loving the ramping up of more of the Desmonds.
Yes. Same. It's good shit.
Well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get close. I mean, the reason I talked about Spy Film immediately, too, right there, was just because...
The most to say,
because, like, Carter Abachi really didn't have too much.
Good shit, as always, but not a lot of meat on the bone.
No, so it'd be a good one to double up on.
We'll get back to you on that when the fight's over.
Yeah, neither one of us read
Astro Baby.
Astro Baby.
Makes me a little sad. There's always something to say with Astro Baby.
Yeah, watch it be a fucking banger, Chester. Well, actually, I think it is going to be because that dude looked, the snake tongue thing looked like he was coming into their building, so we probably missed a fight or something.
There's always, those are thick because they're bi-weekly too, so yeah.
And
I can wait on Kaiju and Dadadan too.
Yeah, Kaiju, same thing though. Super close.
Yeah.
Like
Great last page.
yeah, very good. Molted his skin, and now he's all white,
Yeah,
fucking pure or whatever. That was the whole thing. That's the whole thing. It's like, okay, he came in, punched him. Everyone's like, oh shit, Kafka's back. And then he's like, don't worry, I'll let you out. Rage mode. Shed my black skin. Now I'm shiny white and angry.
It was cute with the talking to his younger self stuff, but it's not like groundbreaking.
Yeah,
But it was cute. It did resonate.
But yeah, so we'll just have to maybe we'll read Magi or Sakamoto this week.
In Centuria.
Well, I mean, Centuria is an every week thing, basically, at this time, until we catch up, and then it just is added to the weekly pool.
Yes, I like that.
You know, depending on how quickly we read Sakamoto, someday maybe we'll be caught up to Sakamoto. But that's a much more daunting task.
Ew. Yes, that is much more daunting. I had an open chapter on Manga Plus, so I got to make sure I tread carefully there.
I've been reading a lot of webtoons, but you don't give a fuck about any of that.
Next time we got to talk about the Sakamoto anime.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you caught up?
Yeah.
Cool. You seen episode 1 and 2? Nudge.
That's nice. More on that next time.
You know what Sakamoto anime showed me that real quick, that I just had never noticed in the manga through all of what we've read and talked about? And it was only from the opening, and then went right into the anime. You know that he loses his mustache when he slims down?
I didn't even realize.
Right? He doesn't have a mustache when he's slim, but he totally does when he's chubby. 1,000,000,000%.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. How's that for my
I know I'm in too deep on the anime where I was about to say, I can understand getting skinny all of a sudden, but losing your mustache. That's not possible.
I saw it.
You can't eat your mustache back on.
Because in the opening, it was a bunch of just like quick cuts, I guess, or something. I was just looking at, and it like showed him like laying, the thing where he's laying inside with his hand, and it shows the mustache. I was like, oh, nice, and then it shows the slim down. I was like, wait a minute.
As that shot of the mic turning around.
I've never this before, ever.
Oh,
The more you know.
the more you know.
So I thought, because now we'll have 3 episodes to talk about.
No.
Anyway.
It's been
The
Taste of Freedom.
Episode 95.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping in. Take care.
Peace.
We'll see you next week.